Hello and a warm welcome to Wellbeing video number 9. Now, in my last article and video I discussed an effective logic driven method for achieving change or sticking to your New Year's resolutions, allowing you to make healthy lifestyle changes and achieve goals that will positively impact your life in 2020. Now today I'm going to be sharing two alternative approaches to helping your New Year's resolution stick, or perhaps additional exercises which you can use alongside the SMART goal setting process described earlier to increase your chances of success. Now before I share these two exercises, it's probably worthwhile explaining why they may be required. Now for some people, they may already understand what it is they need to do in order to achieve their New Year's resolutions or achieve a goal. But whilst they understand this, they still feel an inability to take the correct action or to even start the kind of actions that will move them closer towards their goals. And over the countless conversations I've had with people on a one-to-one basis, what I've discovered is there are two main reasons, amongst others, why this could be the case. The first is that they don't believe or feel that they can achieve their goal, and the second reason is that they have unconscious fear of failure that sometimes manifests as self-sabotaging behaviour. So these two exercises are going to help you dissolve those barriers and move closer to your goals if you find yourself as someone who knows what to do but still struggles to reach your goal because of how you feel. Exercise number 1 is mental rehearsal. Now when we mentally rehearse an activity, performance or a scenario ahead of time, it has this really powerful effect, and it helps us align with our goals. It makes it far easier to take the correct or supportive action, and it really helps to motivate us. Okay, and the most obvious example I can think of is perhaps an athlete who runs the 100-meter sprint. We even coined the term tunnel vision to describe that kind of mental process that goes on inside, which helps them to have a strong performance or perform in the way that they wish to do so. And of course the same can be true for you when trying to achieve your goals. So I suggest you take some time, perhaps find somewhere nice and quiet, close your eyes, take maybe 3 to 5 deep breaths, and then really imagine, sense and feel that you've already achieved a successful outcome. You've already achieved your goal. And by bathing in this multisensory experience at regular intervals, it will increase your sense of motivation. It will increase your sense of belief about your own abilities and empower you towards your goals. And once you've managed to successfully connect with that feeling, I'd ask that you place it in your past. And by placing a future event in your past, it deepens that experience even further. You can imagine all the actions that you took, all the difficult scenarios that you successfully navigated, and perhaps all the conversations that you've had with people along the journey. The kind of conversations where people ask how you achieved your goal and what your response was to them. The second exercise is what I call the game behind the goal. Now when it comes to sport, it's quite easy to identify the game that supports the goal. So for example, if the goal was to win Wimbledon, then we'd understand that the game that we need to play and play well would be tennis. But in life, we often fail to recognise the game that supports our goals. So that's what I'm asking you to do. Perhaps to find somewhere nice and quiet, just sit down with a pad and a pen, and just to try and perceive the games that you could play that would support your goal. And these can be miniature games. Okay? So for example, if we were to use a tennis analogy again, perhaps one of the miniature games might be the backhand, or it could be the forehand, or it might be to do with fitness, the miniature game of fitness that supports the goal of winning Wimbledon. Now, the next thing I'd like you to consider is that no matter what you do, it really is just a game. Okay? Sometimes we innocently assign our sense of self-worth with the activity that we're doing. And that may sound a little bit silly as I explain it here just now, but you would be surprised at how many people, particularly when they need to take a new action to achieve a goal, that they have this sense of failure, or the fear that if they fail at the activity the first time, that they are in some way, shape or form a failure in life. And if you consider an obscure example like playing a game of chess, I would certainly hope that you wouldn't consider yourself a failure in life if you lost a game of chess. So keep this in mind when you identify the games behind your goal, that when you play a game, you don't always win. But every time you play that game, you have feedback. You know how to adjust your game to get closer to your goal, and eventually you always succeed. So I certainly hope that you found this video to be of benefit to you. If you have any questions or queries, then please do get in contact, and I'll address it in a future video, an article, or perhaps just respond to you directly.